Hey guys, welcome back to brightnighttech. My name is Berto and today we are working on part 1 of my 3D printed Venom Mask project. As you saw the parts that I already printed, this file comes from Do3D, but the file you are seeing on the screen is not the file that I am currently working on. The one that I'm working on was a giveaway a while back and it is no longer available on the site, but they have this way superior version here, and the teeth are the main difference on there, and we'll take a look at that in just a bit. Alright, so this took 900 grams to print out a ton of supports. That could have been my fault. I could have probably done that a little bit better as to not use so much filament, but there we are. Here are the other parts that I printed out. These were done on my CR10. The main part was done on my Neptune 3 Max, and now we are going to get to some sanding. Right before I started sanding, I dropped this and it got a pretty bad crack. The reason it has this line is because when I was printing it, it ran out of filament and I switched filament and it left this little bit of a layer shift line there that made it weak. So when I dropped it, it cracked right down that line. So in order to fix this, we are going to plastic weld it just like this. So that should be all nice and sturdy now, and we are going to start doing some wood filler, and we are going to get rid of that line and you won't even know anything happened. Here are the teeth. There are 19 sets of teeth files for this mask. I did about 6 or 7 here, and you can see it kind of failed. For some reason the supports did not hang on and there is a lot of warping. Okay, now that we've taken them out, let's see the damage, and this one didn't even finish, and there's a bit of a layer shift line, which is weird. Here is the other one that did not do well. It finished, but again, that really bad layer shift line. So we are going to have to redo those two, and all these other guys look good. So let's start curing these. Okay, so we are going to attempt to print out those two that did not turn out well and see if we can get them to work. And that did not work out. One didn't even print, and the other one, the gum part, is just totally flat and didn't even print out. We are going to have to think about another way to do this. Okay, alright, so we are going to get to our wood filler part here. We're going to cover all the parts in this, and then we are going to sand it. But in order not to bore you, here's a montage. Alright, so now that all the parts are covered with the wood filler, we are going to let them dry overnight. That little cheek part I am going to do with just filler primer. And now that it's dry, let's get to some sanding. Okay, now that everything is sanded together, we are going to combine the back part and the main part just like this. The error I've made the last couple times, because I get so excited about these helmets, is that I forgot to glue these and plastic weld them together until it was way too late to do so. Sometimes I already paint the parts and then realize, oh, I didn't do that extra bit. So now we are going to make sure we do that early on. So I put some super glue, we're going to hold that together, and now we are going to plastic weld this. The way I like to do it, I like to take some leftover filament and then take my melting tool and then go right down the seam and any crevices to combine these two pieces. Okay, now that everything is combined and sturdy, I'm going to take some wood filler again. We're going to go down that seam and fill in that gap until it is looking good. And then once it is dry, we are going to sand it. All right, looking good. Let's let this dry overnight. Now that it's dry, let's get to sanding. We're going to sand this until it is nice and flush against the helmet. And there you go. Nothing happened here. Next, we are going to sand, and we're going to do some filler primer on all of these. So since the eyes were done, I did a gloss white on them just like that. And there you go, some filler primer on the main part. Next time we are going to do some sanding and painting. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and put in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications, and we will see you next time.